Hey guys, and welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Crypto Kip. The date is March 16th, and we got some stories for you today. We're actually pumping up. Bitcoin broke past $40,000 again last night. You saw a huge spike. All of a sudden, there was like 9 p.m. last night. You saw Bitcoin pump up. We saw it climb all the way to like 42 in a flash, and now it's on its way back. We are riding on some news for the day. Couple top stories. Consensus doubles valuation. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Fed rate hike, and we're just going to be talking about the pumpability and some of the big names in crypto. Okay, let's get started. So make sure you're tapping the subscribe button, giving us a like, and leaving some comments in the chat down below. We also do have some free referral bonuses that I got to make sure you're taking advantage of. You can get $25 to crypto.com, and you can also get some free trading money for Femex if you sign up with the links down below. So let's jump into the news, guys. We are looking at the charts. It is March 16th and it is 2022. So let's jump in, and we're looking at the market cap of crypto as a whole. We're currently sitting at $1.778 trillion. We're still well under the $2 trillion market cap. Wouldn't be surprised to see a pump up to that $2 trillion mark if Bitcoin starts flying again. Bitcoin dominance climbing up. Yesterday it was at 42%. Just 3 days ago it was at 40%. So we are having a steady climb. Ethereum also climbing up. Gas fees looking lower still compared to where they were back in about a year ago or so. So looking for Ethereum 2.0 to come out so that the gas fees on Ethereum go down. In the meantime, the competitors are there, Solana, Polkadot, and the likes of them. Look at the 24 hours, guys. 4.02%, 5% for Ethereum. Ethereum's climbing quick. BNB still under $400, but climbing here. We got Ripple, the Ripple army. Where you at? Hit that like button down below. Terra Luna. This is a good buy if you love Terra Luna. I mean, it's not up, and it's an up day. That says buy to me if you like the coin. Cardano up, Solana up. Let's see where my crypto.com is. Oh, Chronos, baby, up 4.16%. Shiba Inu, Shiba Army, 1.89%. So we're trying to climb, folks. Dogecoin sitting 1.36%. Not a huge pump. Let's see what some of these smaller movers are doing here. Okay. So the graph, that's 7%. Let's see what the top movers are for the day, actually. I want to see what our top Johnnies are. Let's check it out. Yeah, so guys, we are riding on, like I said, we're riding on news of the Fed. We are waiting for Fed Chair Jerome Powell to come out at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. There will be an announcement. They're probably going to announce a 0.25% interest rate hike. And we're going to go into what that means for you. But let's look at some of these pumpers. So 1inch networks, 12% Phantom, 12% Waves. BAT, Basic Attention Token, the Basic Attention Token for the Brave browser, up 7%. Sandbox, pumping again. Sandbox has been a pumper. Graph, I've seen pump quite a lot. Arweave, Anchor. So couple of culprits we've seen pumping in the past. These are some good projects. We'll dive into more of what some of these are. If you guys aren't aware, tell us what you're interested in. Tell us, which one of these projects you might want us to do a video on, and make sure you're keeping us up to date there. So let's look at Bitcoin specifically. We saw, like I said, last night, man, there was a pump almost, I guess, to 42,000. It was flying up. Now, guys, this is price manipulation. This, or call it what you want, but I mean, this was a couple or one big buyer mixed with a couple of us retail investors panicking in as we see the price breaking out. Not to mention your leverage traders that are sitting out there, waiting for a long. They might have been sitting there going, this is going to break out and it's going to get back to that 42, that 45K level. So I do believe we are riding the news leading up into this event for Fed Jerome Powell. I'm hopeful that this sends us upward. I'm not super confident necessarily. I typically believe that we see buy the rumors, sell the news events. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a dip after the announcement, or, we could see a pump and then a dip, or hopefully, let's be an optimist. Maybe we just pump up and get back to that 45K level. Let me know what you think Bitcoin's going to do in the chat down below. But again, I want to stress that we are in a trading channel. Look at this channel. I mean, it is bouncing up and down. I mean, we are waiting for it to get back to that 44, 45K level. If we get a breakout above that, you can expect Bitcoin to be going up to that 47, 46, maybe 48K level. And then hopefully we can get back to our all-time highs. But you know what? Let's dive into some of the stories for the day here. So Bitcoin and crypto and Microsoft. Microsoft dives into Web3 with an investment in Ethereum. Co-founders startup Consensus. So Consensus is a startup by Joseph Lubin. He is the co-founder of Ethereum, which, you know, you got to think about that. Ethereum is the largest smart contract play out in existence right now. It is the second biggest cryptocurrency in the world, and Joe Lubin runs it. And he's got partnerships coming into the picture here where, I mean, look, he raised $450 million in a funding round backed by the likes of Microsoft, SoftBank, and Temasek. So this is big news, especially Microsoft. SoftBank's big in Japan. I'm not familiar with Temasek personally, but the investment more than doubles Consensus's valuation to $7 billion. So the company riding on this news of Microsoft backing, which is big news, doubled its valuation. And that is big news. Tech giants from Microsoft to Twitter are becoming increasingly interested in Web3. And that's a good point. You look at Twitter and you look at Microsoft and you look at some of the things that Tesla says. Again, we talked about it yesterday. A lot of these institutions, a lot of these big bags, Apple, Steve Wozniak with Apple buys Bitcoin. They are interested in cryptocurrency, and it's just getting started. This is a perfect example. This chart is awesome. Funding for blockchain startups soared eightfold in 2021. Look at 2015, $0.6 billion, 2016, $0.8 billion. In 2018, we went, okay, so 2015 to 2018, we went up basically $4 billion. We had a 4X in funding, and that was a peak year, right? 2017, 2018, and then it crashed in actually 2018. So in the crash year, it funded bigger. We kept pretty steady. And then 2021, again, we haven't been like soaring in 2021. We did in the beginning of 2021, but 25 billion, that's a 25x. That's like a 9x or something from this $3 billion mark. I mean, this is huge. I mean, look at this funding. It's absolutely huge. And why is this happening? It's because you have all these large institutions like we've been talking about jumping in and getting in to these markets. I mean, you've got, like I said, it's, you know, the Elon Musks and it's the Microsoft and it's all these other organizations that are interested in crypto. Even Goldman Sachs can't help but commenting on it these days. And so you're going to get a lot of funding coming and people are going to keep funding this. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing grow to 100 billion, 500 billion, and even $1 trillion one day potentially. So what is Consensus? Consensus is viewed by investors as one of the companies that will power Web3. It's benefited from a flood of investment in emerging crypto trends such as decentralized finance or DeFi and non-fungible tokens, otherwise known as NFTs. If you don't already know what decentralized finance is, know that it's huge. It's the opportunities in cryptocurrency for you to earn on your crypto and for you to borrow money on your crypto and do a lot. And decentralized, such as decentralized finance or DeFi. And then non-fungible tokens, those are NFTs. So you know about NFTs, you know about DeFi, and don't forget about the metaverse as well. So there are a lot of companies that are getting involved with this. Consensus being one of them. Consensus being founded by the co-founder of Ethereum, which is kind of a telltale sign. Now, if you got the co-founder of Ethereum working with institutions to try to adopt crypto and they're bringing the funding, well, what does that tell you guys about Ethereum? You know, and that's kind of when I get into, you know, Ethereum is the big honcho, and then you got Solana and you got the others, and those are great, but you got to keep in mind that not only does Ethereum have the first mover's advantage, but it has the network effect and it has the backers behind it. Just to note, the company's most popular products include the MetaMask cryptocurrency wallet, and Infura, a suite of tools that helps developers create Ethereum apps. So that's what Consensus is focused on, which is huge because, guys, we're just getting started. And MetaMask is one of the biggest wallets. And, some people go, well, is that a problem that it's centralized more so? Well, that's a good question. And, people are going to be asking that question. And matter of fact, just as Web3 generated a lot of hype, it's drawn some notable critics, including tech billionaires Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey. And why? Well, Jack Dorsey left Twitter because he didn't like the centralized and the censored fashion that they kind of have with, blocking and all these things. And he actually wanted to start like a decentralized cryptocurrency platform. Now, Elon Musk comes out vocally. If you just follow his Twitter, you'll just see him come out vocally against, centralized entities. And look, see here they talk about it. Dismiss Web3 as centralized technology. And that's a good point, but it's a start. And also centralized technology, it's going to be here. Look, your Facebooks aren't quite going to go away, or Metas, as maybe we should call them now, but you got to keep in mind that this is just getting started. I'm excited about it. Dorsey's got a great point that it is centralized. We don't really like centralized versus decentralized because centralized means manipulation, means censorship, means that, people can block out Russian retail investors, which, Russia's not the best right now and not doing a good thing. And it's horrible what's happening in Ukraine, but you got to look at that as Putin and not necessarily Johnny over in Russia. And so we really want a decentralized community so that everybody in the world can access these. And yeah, maybe we do want to, take care of some of these Russian oligarchs who might be funding the war and box them out with sanctions and what have you. But, we got to keep in mind, we want to make sure that everyday citizens are able to function still. So another piece of news that we're running on, and I think the reason we're seeing the pump is because we are looking at a 0.25% short-term interest rate hike potentially from Fed Chair Powell. That's something that you can expect to see around 1 o'clock today, and there will be a press conference shortly following the announcement. So this is a pivotal few days as investors are watching. We're just waiting to see what the central banks and this two-day meeting is coming to. Here's another article about it where, first mover America is focused on Fed's inflation takes. We are waiting to see what's going to happen and what's going to be the effect of this raise in inflation. Well, it's going to increase potentially your mortgage. It might also increase, your credit card interest. It's a big story. People are waiting to see what's happening. I mean, right now, inflation's at a 30-year high, according to this Fed's preferred measure of inflation. And then you add that to the risk of Russian-Ukraine conflict sending inflation wave across the globe and possibly of the Fed introducing a hawkish change in the inflation language appears strong. So guys, keep your eyes out. 1 o'clock today is a big moment. Now, we are expecting a big move. As I showed you guys, remember, Bitcoin is bouncing in this channel. We're expecting a breakout. Could this be the event that puts Bitcoin above the $45,000 mark? Are we going to get into that $50,000 region? I don't know. Let's check it out, guys. I am Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Make sure you tune in. We got more videos coming at you later. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Leave some comments in the chat box down below. Let me know what you guys want to hear about. Please take advantage of the free referral bonuses and have a great day. Take care, guys.